Overturning Old World Power Structures. Queen Elizabeth, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at the age of 96. I got the notification on my phone the minute it came out, and immediately I felt a powerful shift in energy surrounding power structures. Queen Elizabeth is a symbol for collective or worldly power, and her death signifies a major shift in that collective worldly power. The energy behind Queen Elizabeth is not feminine as many people may think, but it's actually quite masculine, even though it takes the figure of a queen. So keep in mind that masculine and feminine energies are not excluded to sex, but are creative forces within all things. And the energy behind the queen is more masculine and takes the shape as something more aligned with a patriarchal leadership and masculine creativity. So what's happening with the power structures is a rise of what we might think of as a more natural matriarchal structure, but it's simply creative feminine forces emerging to balance out creative masculine forces. This brings more of a sense of divine structure, balance, wisdom, and knowledge within the whole web. The shifting of power overall is bringing forth an investigation into what lies deeper than what appears on the surface. We find that there is a huge amount of masculine creativity beneath the surface of almost every facet of society, especially power structures. This offsets creative energy tremendously within this physical environment and does not allow divine wisdom, balance, creativity, and nurturing to be fed to the greater whole. This starving of divine feminine creativity within the greater whole makes it so that what is left is similar to a hanging man cut off of oxygen, yet still holding the determination and stubbornness to live. So of course it's going to surround survival, control, and external needs. So we'll see how the power structure continues to evolve and unfold with Charles assuming the title as king, but I will say that there is a more balanced energy coming down the line, especially when it comes to William. And it was also shown to me that there is a tremendous amount of divine feminine energy that emerges in between Charles and William in the shape of Diana. Her energy has held a powerful role in collective unfolding for a very long time. And so we'll see how that energy emerges again within this structure of power. This all coincides with a lot of our belief systems being overturned right now, and especially throughout these past few years, and a lot of us gaining new perspectives, understanding the depths of the illusionary world and what our inner truths are. Many things that we were programmed to be as human beings goes completely against who we truly are as spiritual beings designed to have a physical experience. So you might understand through your own spiritual awakening and healing that you've been doing that the illusionary physical world feels very upside down than what we are feeling and knowing on the inside. And the major work that we do through healing, connection, spiritual ascension, and evolution is really about shifting back into this inner realm of truth from an external backwards realm of illusion. The reason why the death of the Queen is so significant at this specific time of spiritual awakening and ascension is because it is showing us physically a bookmark, so to speak, into the shifting process of power. Power is a huge task to shift from old earth into new earth. This is because the world is literally built upon the foundations of those in power. And if the energy of those in power are continuing to exist, then how can we fully transition into a new earth? The answer is slowly. We are experiencing in our lifetime a transition of power, and this has been set up for many millennia in both physical and non-physical. A progression between ages must occur, just as the caterpillar goes through stages in becoming a butterfly. The shifting of humanity does not go from caterpillar directly into butterfly in a blink of an eye. It must go through a cocooning phase, which is a rigorous season of death and rebirth, all rolled into one. And although we are witnessing a lot of death and collapsing in our external and internal worlds, we must also take note of the fact that there are beautiful new rebirths happening everywhere, and buds of new earth are beginning to take shape, whether we realize it or not. Sometimes it's hard to realize it when we're in the midst of a challenging situation, but we must know that especially in our unwanted experiences is where we're going to find the expansion of desires of wanted situations even more. We knew that this time of transition would be very challenging, but we were designed with internal strength and natural adaptability to move through it. However, it does require that we return our power back internally instead of externally. The power structure built in the old world only existed, expanded, and strengthened because people were so willing to give their power away to the external world. But if we are currently going through an awakening of our internal power, then this means that we are also going to have to let go of many areas that we clung to externally. This power shift is part of a greater domino effect of pushing piece by piece an established structure off balance. The concern now is more about what is simultaneously being built in conjunction with this collapse. Enough people have awakened to their internal power, but there's a big difference between knowing that you hold an enormous amount of internal power versus actually becoming the source of that enormous amount of internal power and shining it into the world. There are roadblocks along the way that indicate fear, illusion, and self-doubt, but we must not forget that fear, illusion, and self-doubt are also aspects of a backwards experience that is trying to hold on. So if we can move through the roadblocks of fear, illusion, and doubt that pop up on our journey of inner empowerment, we can also simultaneously grow our compassion and willingness to help others from a place of grace instead of a place of power and control. And although we are uncertain as to how the further unfolding of power structures crumble and shift over, we are very certain of the light within each of you. This inner light will navigate you through all ways and offer you discernment along the way. Remember that your collective is moving piece by piece upon a journey never taken before. And as those pieces continue to move, you are consistently creating more and more of what your evolving collective looks like. We know that there are only two paths, which are truth and illusion, and everything vibrationally attracts within each path. There is no more hiding away from how energy will move accordingly into these two very distinct paths. So prepare yourselves to feel things very differently under the surface than what may appear on the surface. Use your inner empowerment and discernment to guide you and align you with the unfolding energies instead of the unfolding physical things. Stay in your now moment to prevent major wobbling and to strengthen your new earth foundations that you've worked so hard to establish. And as you do this, a bigger picture will start to emerge that becomes more and more in alignment with who you truly are. Oneness, love, and peace be with you.